I'm gonna tell you this straight up. What Chris said, take that and run with it. Because what I'm about to tell you, I don't recommend it. But this is what I do. If you saw on Twitter to promote a federation, you can have all the fancy GFXs in the world, all the fancy match cards. But if people don't think you're serious about your product, where you're willing to go out of your way to make it known that you're serious about this, they might not attend. Now I'm gonna tell you what I did. It's risky, but I got through with it because of who I am. And that sounds biased, but because of who I am in the community, I got away with this. We talked about the Stamps Hardy situation. I'll sum it up. Stamps got exposed because he was racist and homophobic. Now, what I did, because I'm shameless, I made a tweet, and this is what it said: a homophobic and racist Fed owner? Shame on Stamps Hardy. But you would never catch Fizzle, Apoth, or myself doing such criminal actions, and you will definitely never experience that at Imperiality Wrestling every 4 p.m. EST Friday and Saturday. That's what I did. Because the way I saw it, Stamps' Fed fell. My Fed is still going. Stamps is a good friend of mine. Will I mourn him a little bit? Yes. But am I going to let that get in the way of me running my federation? No. It's just business. His downfall, I use it to bring my uprising. Nothing personal to Stamps. It's just my way of marketing. His Fed fell. Mine is going up. I'm not going to be put on the same calister as him. I got to show that I'm above him. So what I did, I took his tragedy and I made it my success. No shame to Stamps. No shredding. Like none of that. He's I can't say he's my homeboy, but he used to be. And it's nothing personal, but what Chris said, I recommend that. If you're willing to do more risky ways of advertising your Fed like I did, go for it. But make sure you have that reputation and make sure you have like that foundation of people who will be like, okay, this is pretty funny. This makes me want to go to his federation. I see he's serious about it. That's what I did.
Literally,
So
one of
what
the
I'm
comment. Oh, okay, you're not
no,
done.
go ahead. You're good. Go ahead. I'll continue
Okay,
after that. Go
alright,
ahead.
fine. One of the comments I easily get about UPW nowadays is that someone joins that has never heard of UPW ever. Literally, one of the things they say, why the fuck haven't they never heard of it? Like, there's something here that like stands out, that feels different, all that. And afterwards, I see them suddenly join the server. They ask to get signed and all that shit, and that's how I get it. Other than promote getting using relationships to get people to join your Fed and all that. It's also another thing to catch those attention or do something that people will know they want to tune in for.
And to elaborate on what he said about doing something people will want to join in on, our first pay-per-view at Imperiality wasn't your generic pay-per-view. It wasn't just a regular pay-per-view. What we did was something different. Fizzle can vouch, and a lot of people like this idea. If you've been watching WWE for a while, you've heard of Cyber Sunday. That's the pay-per-view where the fans get to pick the stipulations for the matches. Me and Fizzle did that. We had polls on Twitter in matches. We had a bunch of stipulations. We had an I Quit match, which was the match of the show between Burner Theory and ESJ before he got exposed. We had takedown match for the tag team championships, 2v2 tornado tag. What other Fed is doing that? And on top of that, we had a first to one fall for a championship and a triple threat onslaught. We had so many different stipulations. It was mad. And I just want to say, feds are not, they're not scared. They're not thinking outside the box. Of course, I know Chris did a Cyber Sunday, he did one before me, so I got to give respect to Chris. He did do a Cyber Sunday pay-per-view before me, so all respect goes to Chris. But I feel like we capitalized on it and made people think, oh, this is different. I like this. This is nice. And then that made them interested, and we got a full max attendance at the pay-per-view. Just make your product something people will enjoy. Make it something they can get into, they can interact with, and include themselves in any way possible, whether it be a voting system or just get the crowd into it. And Chris, I'm pretty sure you got something else you want to say, because after this, I'm going to go to, remember Homeboy's question from earlier about commentary. We're going to go on to that and then come back to Shanti the second question.
That wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
That was me.
Well,
yeah. Could I chime in on this question?
Yeah, of course. You're the Roblania owner. Hell yeah, man. Say what you got to say.
Yeah, I mean, I would have kicked you off the podcast if you said no, anyways. But I just want to say, when it comes to growing your federation, for those unaware, which I don't know if you're unaware, then I don't know how you're on this channel. I'm Ash A's former UWA, OWA, IWA Fed owner, Roblania president owner. And I think I know a fair bit of advice on how to grow your federation. And last time I said kiss ass, but you know what, I'm gonna give you guys some real genuine down to earth stuff, which is, you know, really honestly, I think what is one of the best things that in my Fed RWI was like really what made us active is, you know, growing a community. That's the thing too, is that you have to separate, you know, your community. And I apologize if I'm stuttering because my mom cooked onions, so I'm literally crying right now. There's a difference between a community and a group of friends. You know, like a group of friends is good, but you see, they don't have the drive, the ambition, because, you know, they're your friends in pro wrestling and they're focused on other things. You build a community of a ton of people. Me personally, I've met people in 2017 and I hooked them in, as you know, what Sean and Chris said. They told you guys about, you know, how to keep your Fed how to keep your Fed interesting. One thing that they didn't cover is, you know, like how do you keep your Fed still intact? I've met people in 2017 who come back in 2021 to say, I'd love to have another run. And I think the best way to do that is if you establish, you know, a good community, and, you know, you don't have to be friends with them, but you also could, you know, always, you know, keep them informed, tell them like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm gonna book you in this storyline, I love your character, your attire looks great, you know, stuff like that. Just the small things really add up. You want to do stuff that people remember, because that's what worked for me, and that's what you know, people from, you know, even like 2016, what's that guy's name, Julius, his username used to be Farad or some shit. And I knew him in 2015, 16, and he came back when he became EWF owner, and he was like, I want to be partners with the Roblania. Like, you know, keep a long-lasting connection, because you never know, maybe the next person that you're talking to is going to be a big chairman. You know?
And hey,
could do you a great deal of, you know, establish those connections.
We hope you like, comment, and subscribe.